live with you on YouTube. Also, I share it live on my WhatsApp, Vickie's team. Golly, I think we have like 150 members. I love my WhatsApp team, but I have to tell you what I'm learning. What I'm learning, because I'm trying, can you believe it? This old broad here is learning social media. I am throwing myself into this completely. People like Ashley and BJ and, and Deni, all of you, you guys, Helen is like me. We are both oldies but goodies because we've both been in Jafra. I think Helen, this is her 50th year or 51st year. It's my 56th year. So you count it up. Yeah, I got started when I was a teenager. Ha ha. No, but I did. I got out of college and I discovered Jafra. It was been a blessing to me. I didn't have any idea that I was going to be in sales. I knew that I liked public speaking. I did like that when I was in college and high school. And I also, but I didn't know that I liked sales until I went later on in life and went back to college just to take a few courses. And one of the courses I took was, what is your aptitude? What are you supposed to do with your life? They have one that tells you take all these tests. And you know what mine was? Sales. Can you believe that? You should go into sales. Really? I think I was in my 50s when I took this class and I went, yes, I did sales. But I didn't start out that way. I didn't start out. I went and worked for an advertising agency for about 6 months. And then all of a sudden, the good Lord led me to Jafra and to a Jafra meeting where I got to meet Jan and Frank. In fact, Frank was the one that met us at the door, and he would say, hello, darling. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad you came tonight. Really, that's what's it. He was always, look at Bronwyn saying yes, yes. All of you, Helen saying yes, yes. We all remember. That was at the Marina del Rey, right there at the beach in Venice, California. And that's where Jan and Frank had their original meetings. And Jan would conduct. And let me tell you what I loved about Jafra. This was what really drew me, not the products, because I'd never tried the products, had never even tried them on, didn't even know what kind of a meeting I was going to. But let me tell you, Jan, and what I loved about the meeting was I loved that women were doing the presentations, because remember, this was back in the 1960s, okay? And in those days, really, women were just really secretaries. That's what we were. And that's why I didn't like my job and I walked out of my job, is because I was a gopher. I had to go for this and go for that. And because I was a good typist, I always got everything laid on my desk. And you know what? I went to this meeting and I saw women as leaders. They were doing the presenting. Eileen Lawler was presenting. And it was just, for me, wonderful to see an organization where you could do the leading. And I wanted to be a leader. So I didn't know that then, but I knew I was really attracted to it. So anyways, I purchased the kit, which is a whole story into itself, without my husband support. He was totally against me doing this. I was 6 months pregnant. And he said, what in the world are you doing? We selling, So anyways, he was not supportive at all until I started making money. And then he was very supportive of my decision. So this morning, okay, you guys, I want to show this to you before we get into BJ and her presentation. But I want to show you. Hi, Marilyn. I'm so glad you're on here. Ronnie, so glad you're on here. Oh, and Diana, thank you for being with us today. I bet it's beautiful in California.
It is.
Yeah, you know what? This is a beautiful day. That's why we're a little limited on attendance, because when the weather is good and it's spring, a new beginning, everybody is out. Who wants to? I really commend you for coming on, because a lot of you will be watching the recording, and we'll take you any way we can get you. But I want to show you a recording that I did. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I got the recording going here. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go in and show you something that I did on WhatsApp, because all of you got to know that WhatsApp is just amazing. I mean, look at all of this. You got to be a part of my WhatsApp team, because they are the best leaders. Whenever you have a question and you want to know something about Jafra, like something that what's the best makeup? I think somebody asked me last week, what makeup has water in it, the first ingredient, right? And so what I did was I posted on there, and Bronwyn, just like that, came in and told me that it was the matte foundation. So, okay, so let's see if I can get what I want to show you, which I thought I had put it on here this morning. So it's my video that I did. I don't know how many of you have seen it. So I'm trying to go in here to Vickie Hacking's team. And here we go. This is a must for you. Okay, I am so excited. This is the best that Jafra has ever given us. I'm passionate about this. So let's see what I have to say about it. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Hi everyone, it's Vickie Hacking, your Jafra ambassador, and I'm just coming to you today because I'm so excited. Guess what I received out yesterday? Jafra sent me the sponsoring gifts for the month of April, and I am so excited. It's right here in your action leaflet, so open it up and read all about it, but I'm here to show and to tell you that I have never seen such an amazing sponsoring gift. I have to tell you, this is the best. Jafra has outdone itself. Okay, so if you just sponsor one person, you're going to be able to get this really nice bag with a really, really nice mirror inside. And this is really quality. So you're going to get a nice mirror, but best of all, you're going to get these makeup applicators. Okay, so all you have to do is you hold them up and you can match the person's skin tone and you can choose the right foundation for her. Is that not clever? You got to have these, just got to have these. Then the other thing, and these are some quality, these are all the lipstick shades. So a client can actually hold it up and choose what lipstick color she wants. Look, the quality, it is so beautiful with the Jafra logo on the front. I am passionate about these gifts. So first of all, you only need to sponsor one person to get this fabulous.
I had a brain freeze.
Sample container. Okay, now you ready? Here we go. Here it is. 3, you have to sponsor 3. Well, I have never seen anything so lovely as this Jafra. Are you ready? Here it is. It opens up, okay? It opens up into tears, and you have everything you need to do a Jafra facial. I mean, put all your eyeshadows, you can put your blushes, you can put all of your creams, whatever. It folds up, it's light as a feather. But first of all, you got to know it's quality. So I love it has the Jafra logo on it. And when you walk into someone's home, look how professional you're going to look. You're going to walk in, you've got everything right here at your fingertips to do a facial. So I am, again, so excited about what Jafra is offering to us. Bring someone in. Okay, just pick up your phone. On your phone, you've got a lot of people there that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. So let's do it. Let's make this happen for you. I want to see you with your own case and you with your own samples. 1, 3, that's the magic number.
Okay. I just got to tell you, I got this right here. I didn't know this, but now I've learned you put this up like this to your lips. But I didn't know that when I was doing the presenting. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not turn it off?
Dr. Hilton.
Oh my, hold
I've
on
heard you
just
say
a
this
minute.
before, that we often jump from Friday, crucifixion,
Share
to
screen.
Sunday, resurrection.
I have no idea.
And we
That's an
skip
Easter
Saturday.
thing.
But you
Stop
like to talk
share.
about Saturday. Why?
I love Saturday because
There we go. We'll just turn him off. That was my Easter sermon. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. This is the way you do it. You just go in here like this, you hold it up, and you can tell which lipsticks look good on you. Okay, so I did my Facebook Live yesterday on that. I was so excited. All right, Virginia, I'll call you back. Got to have a watch. Got to have an Apple Watch. I'm Apple all the way. Usually I have my Apple earplugs in too. Oh, look at Helen. She's Apple all the way too. All right, now it's my pleasure to introduce to you one of my downline leaders. She's on Linda Mitchley's team. But BJ's been with us. She'll tell you all about herself. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm a big fan. I'm an admire her. She's gone into several directions with her life. And she is a professional motivational speaker, and she has her own organization that she works with, and she's going to tell you about it. So I can't wait to hear what she's going to teach us today, because she's good. So BJ, just take it away.
Okay, well, I am in a
Got you
remote
on. There's the
location.
speaker, but I can't hear you. It's because I have my speaker off. Can you guys
So
hear
how
her?
many of you can hear
They
me?
go to the tomb. He's buried.
Okay,
Wave at
hold
me.
on
It's
just a minute.
running through
I gotta turn this off. It's still on. So we have a glitch today. So hold on. We've got to go back into share the screen. We got to go back into here, and I got to go out of everything. And I hope that turned him off. So hold on, and I've got sharing pause.
That will also make your
Stop share.
that will make this
Okay, let me
flow
see if
better
BJ's
too.
gonna come on.
We go to Sunday. I don't
No,
know.
I still got that on. So hold on. Again, I got a glitch. So let me share my screen. Let me go into my desktop and let me find where I was. I was on.
You were on WhatsApp. You
So
came
I
from
thought
WhatsApp.
I turned
You
that
need to
off.
close.
So
You
here
need to
we
close
go.
down the tab, Vickie.
Nope. I think it's gonna go into YouTube and see if I can find the glitch there. So hold on, cut that off. Now let me go into YouTube. Okay, here we go. I found the problem. Hold on. Okay, now if I can stop this, stop share. I got him turned off. I hope he doesn't come on. Okay. BJ, can we hear you now?
Probably.
Yeah. Now let me put you on a speaker view. Sorry, you guys, sometimes these things happen to us. We just got
So
little glitches. Thank you, BJ. You can take it
Vickie,
away. Mhm.
the other thing I need you to do, Vickie, is allow me to share my screen.
I would love to do that. Hold on. There we go. Making you a co-host.
Right. So let me pull up.
Be sure you tell a little bit about your life and about your background.
Okay. All right. So before I do that, well, actually, let me get in here and let's go into this, because everything's right here for you. Even there we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So I am BJ, and I'll tell you just a little bit about what got me started. Of course, most of you know who I am. I'm BJ Stromme, and I've been an entrepreneur for over 40 years. I've been with Jafra for 40 years, and I started in banking. And somebody invited me to a party. I always tell everyone that I went because my arm was twisted, and I didn't know anything about skincare. I just didn't have a way of telling the gal no. And that's the only reason I went to the party, was because I couldn't tell her no. And I'm watching faces. I want to make sure you can still hear me. Okay.
And is everybody hearing? Nod. Yes. Good. Diana said
All
yes.
right. All right. So I went to this party, and the thing that caught me was very similar to what happened for you, Vickie. I heard Linda say women could work for themselves and be able to stay home. And it's not that I wanted to be necessarily a Sally homemaker, but I loved working for myself. I loved having, my own schedule. I loved having the freedom to call my own shots. I'm just very much that way. So I didn't jump into Jafra as a consultant. I started with the product, and then I ended up moving. I was introduced to Jafra in Oregon with Linda Mitchley, and she let me buy a little set. And then I moved to, I don't know if I can get rid of this thing. Nope, it doesn't look like it. I moved to Montana, back home, where I had been in Montana for a long time. And when I was back there, I ran out of the product and I went, ooh, I really like that. I could make some money. She told me at least, I could save money. And I knew my mom would buy something from me. That was really it. I knew, well, if I started, I'd get my product at cost and mom would buy something from me. So I became a consultant and quickly found out that women hung together. Went to my first retreat with Jan Iverson. I slept on Jan Iverson's floor and went to one of her first retreats. So, I mean, she's dear, very dear to my heart. And I began to learn how to be not a salesperson, but how to be a customer service representative. If you have a dog, and your mic is on, I can hear your puppy whining.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I could hear a puppy.
So we will get the best recording couple things. If you mute yourself while you're watching this, and if you don't have a lot of tabs open on your computer because it takes a lot of bandwidth, and if you can use earbuds or a headset, when you have the opportunity to be back on and ask a question, we don't get a lot of feedback. So those are a couple tips for Zoom meetings for all of us. Those things really work. Anyway, I've been in Jaffra for 40 years. And what I want to share with you today, I don't know, Vickie, how much time would you like me? How much time do I have?
You've got a good 20 minutes.
10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I'm going to pack a lot in there because in 40 years in Jaffra, there's a lot that you learn. You learn the hard stuff, you learn what works, you learn what doesn't work. And everything that we are doing to become, the best in our field is a learning process. So anything that I suggest today is not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that there might be one more thing you can add to it or an additional thing you can go back to. So what I want to share with you today is tips that really created the foundation of my coaching business. I find that as time went on, there were some things missing in the training. Now, right now, Jaffra has a multitude of training avenues for you, tons of training. And it's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing. I also believe that when we invest in ourselves, when we literally have some money and some skin on the line, we dig in a little bit harder. We want more out of it. We work harder to implement what we're being taught. So I really encourage everyone to be willing to invest in yourself in whatever that looks like, whether that's a coach, a mentor, a trainer, a program, a book. Investing in ourselves is probably the smartest thing we can ever do because your paycheck follows your personal growth. And I learned that as I was in Jaffra all these years. So I am a coach. I am a personal and professional coach. I do office training. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. And obviously I'm in Jaffra. I've been in Jaffra for 40 years, like I said, and I've earned top awards. I've been top in sales lots and lots of times because that really was my focus. My focus was sales. And because my focus was sales, that's where I went looking for all of my training. And that's what I'm going to bring to you today. So let me share with you, let me get back here real quick. My company is called Pop Mindset. That stands for the Power of the Personal Mindset. I realized as I was wanting to form something that I could reach a bigger audience, that I wanted to know what are the key foundations that have made me successful? What do I bring to the table that I can help anybody in any avenue, any job? And these were the 4 keys to success that really came to the forefront. So I'm going to touch on each one today. I'm going to give you a tip in each one. And I want to dig into the second one probably the most. But one of the things that we're taught, is particularly in sales, is mindset. So what I would love to know is, have you, by a nod of the head, or even just jump into the chat, have you ever had trouble implementing mind shifts or changes to how you're thinking? Have you ever had trouble just really getting it to work, figuring out how to stay in that positive frame of mind and knowing What do I do with my fear? What do I do with my anxiety? What do I do with this overwhelm? Has that ever been something that you're like, I just really wish I could get this because it keeps coming back? So go to the chat and tell me, or just share with me if that's ever been a concern for you. And Vickie, you can watch the chat while I keep going. We'll come back to it, okay? So in mindset, these are the things that I work with, because sometimes we push things aside. I would push things aside that made me afraid. Just a little bit more of my backstory. Here's a couple little more secrets. I've been a nature girl forever. I love hiking. I love kayaking. I love trees. Trees feed me. So I grew up in Montana. I moved to Oregon, and that's where you saw a lot of those pictures. Well, in 2019, I lost my son. In February 2019, my son committed suicide, and it rocked my world. Every tool I had ever invested in had to come to the forefront to keep me from crawling under the couch. And some of the same fears that we have about networking and talking to somebody, picking up the phone, what if they say no, sponsoring people, they're all based in the same fears. It's just like rejection or disappointment. All of that keeps us from acting, keeps us from moving. Later in that same year, my house burned down. I mean, all gone. So in 1 year, I lost my boy, I lost my home, and I had to make some decisions. So Vickie said, tell them how you got here. Well, girls, that's how I got here. I had reconnected with someone I'd known back in the 80s, a friend of mine, and we just started talking. And I truly believe with all my heart that God paved the way for me to have healing. God paved the way for me to be able to continue to have, an opportunity to have a life. And so I ended up moving up here to Alaska where he lives. And we see whales and orcas and eagles. And all of that is what you see on my Facebook page. That has allowed me to really dig into the tools that I have that keep me from melting down, that keep me from stopping. It's not just determination. There really are some specific hands-on tools to help us gently discover what's holding us back and actually work through that mindset consistently. Every time a fear comes up, you have something you can do physically that will work through that and take the power out of the fear. So it's not just pushing fear and anxiety down, it's learning how to retrain your brain to think a different thought so you get a different result. That's what mindset's all about. And the number one thing that I love that came to me when I was really in the midst of some fears was tapping. And if you've never done tapping, it is an incredible tool. I would love to know in the chat box if you've ever done tapping. I can give you that resource because it is it's something physically you can do to retrain the brain, to take the power out of a negative or less than positive thought. It's huge. And I want to give you that because
BJ, just a minute. We had a whole, Deland taught us and showed us videos, and we did a whole series on tapping, just so you know that
perfect.
A lot of people here
are
familiar with
Don't walk away from that. Yeah, girls, use it. It's one tool that I use, and it is very, very powerful. It really is. I invested in the program because the biggest thing about tapping is trying to know, what do I say? What do I say to myself? That's where the power is. It's not just the tapping, but that's where the power is. Since you know tapping, you can use it in any situation. Somebody pulls in front of you on the freeway, you can be doing this, on your chest, like, oh, okay, I'm going to be all right. This is going to be all right. I didn't get run off the road, right? So it's not only knowing the cycle, but it's knowing what to say. And this is what I do in coaching, is I work with people through their fears and their anxiety and their overwhelm. And we start with mindset. The next tool that I want to make sure that I spend a little more time on is this. I was in business for 20 years in Jaffra before I ran into a trainer that taught me something deeper than just personality profiling, because I've taken personality profiling for years. DISC, Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, colors, gems, animals. I mean, we've had it come our way for years, but they're hard to explain. And I find that when people, they know who they are. However, the additional deeper training on how do I really identify someone else and how do I move into speaking their language? Because if you can't speak the language of another person, the connection's not there. So learning to actually identify, first of all, understand how they think, how they process information, and then being able to move authentically, lovingly, and caringly into that communication style with them, knowing what kind of questions to ask, when to ask them, how to ask them. And then the biggest skill is how to wrap up everything that you've just learned from this person, whether it's a prospect or a relationship you just want to build. How do I wrap up everything I heard and give it back to them in what I call an ending message? So I've had this wonderful conversation with someone, and I can wrap it all up with an ending message that causes them to go, really? Tell me more. Or really, what about me? Or really, I want that. Or that sounds perfect. I'm looking to make such a great connection that the person walks themselves into whatever program or product or idea you have presented, if it's right for them. And that is a skill set that I invested in and went to learn. And so that's what I teach. And the way that I teach it is through something really fun called Are You My Flock? And I've taken all that personality profiling and put it into the bird world, because everybody sees birds everywhere, right? I mean, there's such a normal, natural thing. So these are the personality profiles that a lot of people know. And this is why I did birds. You see them everywhere. They're easy. It's memorable. So if I were to say to you, oh, that girl's a songbird, you're going to instantly have this thought process, right? Like, oh, you're going to naturally put attributes or characteristics with the word songbird. And if I said, oh, he's a raptor, unless you don't know what a raptor is, which almost everybody knows, a raptor is an eagle or a hawk or a vulture, right? Not all bad, but you naturally put some characteristics with that. And we think in pictures, right? Everything that goes on in our head, it's in pictures. So that's another program that I have used. And you're welcome to reach out to me for any of these. The Why Are You My Flock is my favorite. I developed that with my boy, and it's a complete online program. So really the biggest key is, how do I identify them? How do I move into their language naturally? Because we've been taught to mirror, and over the years we do mirror, right? You're talking with someone and they talk a little bit louder, you tend to, speak up, or they talk a little quieter, you tend to quiet down a little bit. But mirroring is not the only, it's not going to get you your ending message. You need to know, how are they thinking? How do they process information? So I'll give you just a little fun one. Vickie, how am I doing on time? Oops, you're muted, honey. Hold up your fingers if you can't get unmuted.
Okay, you're okay. You've got about, I think you've got about, hold on just a minute. Got about five minutes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'll tell you real quick in this one, the fun thing about understanding these personalities is how they think. So a raptor is your lead. Raptor is a hawk, a vulture, an eagle, an owl. And if you think about it, you see raptors sitting on like the side of the road, waiting for something in the middle of the road, and they're just going to shoot toward it. Raptors thinking goes like this, boom. If they know they want something, they just shoot right for it. That's how they can sometimes run over people. The heron, on the other hand, great blue heron is your second one. And they're the ones that you see by the side of the water or out in the field, hunting for a frog or a snake. And they're very detail-minded. They're quiet, they're solitude, they're very skeptical in people, but your herons are your analytical people. So their thought process goes like this. If you say, hey, would you like to go, would you like something for lunch? They go, first of all, you just train wrecked their brain. Okay. If they've been working on something and they're on the computer and you came in and you said, hey, you want something for lunch? They're in their zone, just like that poor little great blue heron out in the field, and they go, what? So their brain gets train wrecked, and then they have to go, do I want lunch? I want lunch. I don't know, maybe maybe I want lunch. Maybe I want to say, no, maybe I want soup. I don't know. And that's how their brain goes. So you have to understand that when you ask a decision of a heron, they can't give you the same kind of decision a raptor does. They can't go boom and tell you what they want. Their brain doesn't work that way. And the songbird, you say, oh, do you want lunch? They're all, sure, where are we going? Because their brain goes, fun. If it's fun, a songbird's on it. That's all they need to know. Is it fun? So their brain will go, dun, 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 bonk, and off to the side. Now a dove is your fourth one. So you've got raptors, herons, doves, and songbirds. Doves, we all have this picture that comes up, right? This warm, fuzzy feeling comes up when we think of doves. And if you were to say to a dove, hey, what do you want for lunch? They'll go, I could make something. They're service oriented. So their brain goes, oh, I'll think about it, da, 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 oh. And they're always about people. So when you truly dig in and you really understand how to identify these 4 different flocks, it's powerful, it's amazing, and it's super, super fun. I'll just give you these 2 testimonies. I love working with women primarily. And what I loved about Kareen's testimony, she came to one of the classes and she said, the best part is, as a mother of 2, I have very different personalities, not just from me, but from each other. It allows me to better understand how to parent them. So she said, my class makes a change in your life overall in every aspect. I mean, knowing I could make a change in her life as a mom, and that can change how she communicates with her kids, is powerful. And Allison took this class, and she's been to my retreats and in a lot of my training, and she credited the training for making the difference in her 4th quarter. She made more in her 4th quarter than she had the first 3 of the year. So it's really super, super powerful. I don't have time to take you into the rest of this, but just tell you quickly about it. In the 4 keys, mindset is the first. Where are you at? What are you thinking? How are you dealing with it? Second is, what are you saying to yourself and others through communication skills? Third is intentional actions, meaning like today, we're saying, okay, I'm taking intentional action. What will move you? Think about what really helps you, want to do something, because procrastination and fear and all of that can stop us. Sometimes we can push ourselves through, but when you really understand how to get to the place where you're so excited about something, you can't stop yourself, that's intentional actions. And it's action that feels good. It's action that you want to do, and it's going to make a difference. So in that, we work with the best one is expectation and action boards. I do work in intentional actions on all the hands-on stuff. How do I do my CRM? How do I work with MailChimp? How do I do Zoom? How do I do my website? All of that. I'm not techie. I'm working for the do-it-yourself girl. Okay. So I can help you with all of these things that I've struggled with for the past 7 years. This I want to encourage you to think about. There is a program on Pop Mindset. We've all done vision boards or dream boards. The difference is in the wording, and the difference is in the process that I take you through. The expectation and action boards are something so powerful that you put them up in a place where you can see them, just like you did with your vision board or dream board. But the difference is you're going to see it every single day, and it truly, truly makes a difference. Laura put hers together, threw it in the trunk of her car, and 6 months later pulled it out and went, oh my gosh, check, 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 check. Allison did hers just at the start of COVID, and she had things on there that she wanted to do by the end of COVID. She went back and looked at it. Her business had shut down. Guess what was on her board though? All the things that she hadn't been doing. Fly a kite, go for a picnic, spend time with her husband, work in the garden. She had all those things on her board. Be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get it. So that's really what I work with. And it made a huge, huge difference. When I dug into all of that, in my business, it doubled my commission check. That's how I was able to go on 3 of the top trips, the Circle of Excellence trips, is because I invested in my education and I learned how to talk to people. That's my favorite thing, is the Are You My Flock program and the expectation board. So those are the keys to really get yourself moving into spring. I'm here if I can help in any way. Please take a second and look at the website, because you can ask me any questions. In fact, I'll open up for questions now. Vickie, what kind of, if any questions come up, and what kind of?
I'm looking through here, and they basically, well, I have a few questions I want to ask you, if I could.
Okay.
I'm looking here, I can't see it, but I want to ask you a few questions, because I know that you were #1 in sales for many, many years, won all the Jaffa trips. You were a leader of leaders. So I want to ask you, how did you get people to say yes to wanting to see Jaffa? What was your magic phrase? How did you do that? Because I mean, BJ, you just kept yourself always working with people. Do you have any dialogue?
The key, well, the key really was learning how to read people. That honestly was the key, was learning how to read people. And that's why I developed that Are You My Flock, because we're told to ask questions. We're like, just say this or just say that. That's the ending message. And if you haven't got the format ahead of time, the ending message means nothing. So here's just an example. If I were talking to a gal in, let's say the grocery store line, right? She's checking my groceries. How's your day going? How long have you worked here? So how do you like this? I mean, if she says, 20 years, I'm going to go, okay. In my brain, I'm going to log, she's loyal, right? I'm going to start looking for things I can compliment her on. If she says, oh, I just started, great. Oh, congratulations. What made you move jobs? What'd you do before this? So I'm asking just a couple quick questions, and they start to open up. And if she says something like, I've been here 5 years, or I've been here 20 years, I'm looking forward to retirement. Awesome. When do you get to retire? I'm just going to get to know her, or him, either one. And I'm going to be asking some questions like, what do you love about your job? If you could do anything different, what would you do? Right? Or I might be saying, how do you keep your hands from getting so dry? You're checking all the time. And we wash our hands 1,000,000 times a day. How do you keep your hands from getting so dry? Oh, I moisturize them. Oh, okay. What do you use? Right? So I'm asking questions. My ending message might be, if I gave you something to try, would you give me your feedback? I know you said you wash your hands 1,000,000 times a day. That's got to give your hands, a run for their money. I'm in here all the time. If I gave you something to try, would you tell me what you think? Right? So that's a question that's going to open a door, rather than saying, well, here, let me give you something. She didn't ask for it. There's got to be a conversation. There's got to be questions that you ask that allow a person to open up. And that's a format. And I learned it I call it AWARE. Another very common term for those questions is forming. But asking, when I say AWARE, I'm asking about their relationships, their occupation, what they do for fun, recreation, and then I'm giving an ending message. So that's how I kept people going, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Yeah, let's talk. And in networking, girls, I have on my website, on popmindset.com, look under the free resources. There is a series for what I call networking. I call it my resource notebook. And that really does take you through all these questions. If you can learn, which you can, anybody can, I can, learn how to ask the right questions, then you'll know how to come up with an ending message. It is not the same for every person. The magic key is you, girls. That's the magic key. The magic key is you. Investing in yourself, figuring out, how do I read people? And how do I authentically care enough about them that I can let go of the result? So they don't have to all say yes. Some will, some won't. So what next? You've got to keep that, you've got to keep that mindset. long answer to a short question.
Yeah,
Vickie.
no, I like it. I like it. That's what I wanted to hear you say. And BJ, I think that all of the people that are attending today, anything that I want to learn, I go to YouTube. So what are some of the subjects that they could put into YouTube to pull up learning about people's personalities? What would you put in as a finder YouTube?
Popmindset.com. Sorry, there's a free test on there, and there's also some tips and tools. So the other thing I would do,
we could also put in personality awareness. Deland, what
you
are some
can,
of the, yeah, what are some of the
I would go,
yeah, go ahead.
Go to DaniJohnson.com.
Okay.
And look for gems. Look for the gems program.
That before you got into this, you did a lot of research too. And I was just wondering, what were some of the kind of search things that you search for on YouTube?
You've got to be careful. Here's the thing that happens to us. We get shiny object syndrome. You've got to be careful. If you can go out, and all of the personality profiles are going to come down to 4. Okay. You've got your leaders, your supporters, your analyticals, and your social. They're all broken into those 4 categories. So the biggest thing that you need to watch for is not getting overwhelmed. So if you go out searching for all of it and you have a million different ones to learn, you're better off to dig into one. And most of them, I would say Dani Johnson's is one of the easiest to implement, and she calls hers gems. That will help you understand how to read people. The other ones, some of them are very detailed. Your whole goal is, how do I speak the language? How do I identify, and how do I speak? If you keep that in the forefront and don't allow yourself to go wandering and just learn, because you won't implement it. You've got to learn something and you got to go practice it. Even if you walk through the grocery store. That's what I love about Are You My Flock, because I've given people something really simple. You can look at how somebody's dressed. You can look at how they're moving, what they talk about. You can just kind of stand next to them in the aisle and listen to what they talk about, because otherwise it gets real detailed, and you've got to have somebody basically tell you, this is who I am. And that's not going to happen. People don't do that. So don't get shiny object syndrome.
Okay. So I'm going to say thank you very much, because this is really awareness. I need you to stop sharing your screen so that I can take back control. Okay. So very, very interesting. You might be saying, now, why would I need to know about personality types? But personality types help you when you're taking orders, when you're even on the computer and you're on Zoom, or you're doing a Facebook Live, which we're getting into a lot doing our parties. You will be able to, you need to know about people's personalities and how to work with different personalities. It is highly valuable training for you. So BJ, thank you so much, very much a learning. Now, I come to all of us love this part of our meeting. We're going to bring Bronwyn on, and thank you, Bronwyn. What are you going to teach us today? What are the best deals in our April catalog? Because I know you're excited about this.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. Okay, so the best deals. How do we get to our best deals that I offer to you is what Jafra puts in our catalog. I go through it, I analyze it, and we start at the beginning of the month with the best deals that Jafra has. We are now in week 3 of April talking about the best deals. We're in the 45% range, and today we're going to start with page 29. In your April book, open to page 29. And I am so excited about this deal, because this deal is a 45% saving, and it is our professional brush set. It is a total of 7 brushes. The retail value is—
Bronwyn, just a minute. Can you see my screen or not? Can you see the catalog, Bronwyn? Can you see the catalog?
Yep.
The first page. Okay. And what are we on, 29? Everybody tell me if you can't see this. I want to make sure that we're okay. Let me go to 29. Bronwyn, just a minute. I'm looking for the page number and I'm not seeing it. So hold on just a minute.
Fine.
Okay.
Keep going, you're good.
Keep going. I'm good. Tell me when I get to 29, I can't see the page number.
It's the brushes.
Oh, thank you.
One more.
One
Okay,
more?
stop.
One more?
No, stay there.
Okay.
No, stay.
Okay, stay,
Okay.
dog, stay. Okay.
Get your pencils out because I'm going to give you the retail price of each of the brushes individually. When you know this and you talk to your clients, you can sell this whole set because they will see the total value. The best place to write the price of the regular price of these brushes is at the very tip top of each brush. So the powder brush A is $18. B is the blush highlighter brush for $16. C, foundation brush, $16. D, concealer brush, $12. And I don't know if you know, but at the very end of that concealer brush, it looks like it's a little scoop as if it's a spatula. It is not. It is a double brush. This is a dual brush. This is a great brush. So the concealer brush, $12. Next one, E, crease brush, $12. F, eyeshadow brush, $10. And G, the brow brush with the spoolie at the other end is $10. So that is your value of the brushes. These brushes will come to you individually wrapped. They are not in a set or a case as we have seen brushes sold in the past. Now, Jaffer had these brushes come in like 2 months ago, and this is the opportunity time to buy this as a set, because I guarantee they're not going to be doing this over and over. I want to give you some information about what to do with these brushes, because the more you know, the more you can talk about, and the more you will sell. Each brush individually wrapped, then they say, well, how will I store it? They can store it upright in a can, in a little mason jar, in a glass jar, or even in a pencil box. They have all different sizes of little pencil box. So those brushes then would just lay flat. How do you clean the brush? Gentle shampoo and rinsing well. You would lay it on a towel, but you don't leave the brush flat on the towel. The brush needs to hang off so the air can circulate completely around the bristles. The bristles need to have air dry. How often do you clean brushes? A dermatologist would say once a week. People do, and especially in the makeup field, the artistry field, in the working on sets and film industry, your brushes have to be very clean because you are transferring dead skin cells, bacteria, debris. You need to have clean brushes. So you want to fuzz them up at least once a month, twice a month would be best. But if you're using these brushes a lot, once a week, brushes should not be transferable, meaning you should not be using them and then somebody else is using them and somebody else is using them. Everybody needs to have their own set of brushes. Okay, so I talked about drying the brush. You're having it laying off the towel for complete circulation. Do not stand the brush up in a can or a glass jar, because what happens is as you clean them, there will be water residue that will go inside the base and loosen up that glue, and you don't want that happening. How often do you replace the brush? You throw it away once the bristles start to fray or they flake off, they shed, they lose shape, throw them away. There is professional cleaning solution for brushes. I'm not recommending for people to go out and looking for how am I going to clean my brushes. Gentle shampoo and Dawn. Put it in your hand and go round and round and round. And once it comes out clear, you have to rinse all of that residue off the brush. Pat dry, let it hang. Never soak the brush. There is a lot of information out there online that talks about soaking the brush. Don't do that. Okay, consultants, $49, 50% off the entire set, $24.50. There is no professional brush set out there for consultants for $24.50. This is the best deal ever. And yes, you can put makeup setting spray onto your brushes. Okay, we're moving to deal number 8. And deal number 8 is just the page right next to the brush. So don't move anything, Vickie. This is a save 45% off. Now, I love this deal, but what you have to realize when you're looking at this, you see two different things, but you don't move your eye to the bottom where it gives you the brow powder duo. So this is an A deal and a B deal. The A deal is the micro brow pencil. 45% savings, 2 for $21. Note, I am not talking about get 1 for 14. That's not what you want to talk about to your clients and to your consultant. You want them to go for the best deal, the 45% savings. They have a choice of 4 colors of the soft black, the cool brunette, warm brunette, and dark blonde. Retail value is $38. Okay, that's for 2 of the retail value. Okay, so let's move to B on that. And the brow powder duo is 2 for $23. So you're reading it at the bottom, 2 for $23, 4 color selection, dark blonde, warm brunette, cool soft black. Retail value is $42. Both of these products can be found on your product catalog in page 118. So when you go to your product catalog, you're going to learn more detail about how to sell your micro brow pencil and what Jeffra says about the brow powder duo. Consultants for the A deal, 2 for $21, 50% is $10.50, and that averages really $475, $525 each. So that's a great deal for consultants. In the 2 for $23, 50% off is $11.50. That comes to $575 each piece. You know what? This is something that you can bundle together. You can bundle all 3 pieces, all 3 deals. You know, this is a great, I want to say the way this is displayed and what Jeffra has done for us, I would bundle the $21 and the $23, make it $44. And those are 4 pieces together that you can average for $11 each. A consultant bundle, if they did those 2 sets, $22 for 4 pieces, that's $5.50 each. Great deal. We are going to number 9, best deal. And I'm so excited. This is on page 33. So this deal was talked about this week on the Jeffra Beauty Insiders. We are going to flip the page, Vickie.
Tell me where, because I can't see the numbers.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, was it the first one? Okay, you know what? Go back.
You're going the wrong way. Go
Right
back.
after the slide. Go back.
Go back. Keep going. Keep going. One more.
One more.
more.
One more. There we
There
are.
you
Thank
Okay.
you.
So this is a double page visual. And look what Jeffra did. Build her ritual. Build her ritual. You are going to train your clients how to build her ritual and to look younger in 7 weeks. Okay. At the very top of this is a gold line that says this early moderation of aging. Okay, so get your pencil out. You are going to write on A, the regular price is $27. On B, your solar protection, regular price, $45. Go to C and you'll see the royal jellies in the balm and in the cream, each $76. Down to your serums. Each of those serums are $45. So you're writing 45, 45, 45. And right next to that is your mini fragrance. And that is a $10 free gift value. And underneath you're writing $10, I want you to write this word because you need to have this in your mind to tell your clients and consultant. Write the word refillable. These minis are refillable. They can refill from the original main full-size product. Okay, what I like about what Jaffer has done is the symbols that they have put on of sunshine and moon, which the sunshine is day wear and the moon is night wear. And on many of them, you'll see the sun and the moon. Okay, so this deal is 45% off. Retail value is $238. And that includes, though, the $10 mini. Okay. And Jeff is offering this for $134 this month. In your product catalog, the product catalog will have a page where they have the set together, which is on page 18 and 19. And then if you continue in your product catalog, each individual piece is described separately. That's the product catalog.
This is what the product catalog is right here. What page?
And the product catalog is page 18 and 19 is where they show the entire set. Okay, start there.
Yeah.
That's the whole set right there that Jaffa offers in the product catalog. When somebody looks at this, if they have the product catalog, they're going to see $188. That's with the set offer because the retail value is more than that, just so you know that. Then when you continue, and you can add up from the bottom there, each of those different pieces, you're going to know what that is. Okay, so go to the next page of the product catalog, Vickie. Flip it one more time. This is how Jaffer sets it up for you, exactly what to say and how to train your client. See where it says step 1? Okay, flip to the next one. That has taken in place. I'm going to show this little flyer here. I hope you can see a piece of it. We used to have this available, and this was the Royal Revitalized step 1, step 2. We don't need this anymore because it's right there in that book. What Jaffer still offers to us is this brochure. This is found in your business tools, and this is the Revitalized Spa Facial Guide. You can buy a set of 5 for $4. It's in the middle column of your consultant order form under business tools. Okay, so going back, talking about this deal of $134 on page 33. What I liked in the very bottom here, what they have done is they wrote subscription price 106, but it's to ask the consultants. You need to make sure that your team of consultants are very much aware how someone is to order the subscription cost. Because if they're not, oh my gosh, they're just going to lose an opportunity if they don't have that website turned on. And I'm telling you, half of my team does not have it turned on because I keep telling them you need to do this and how to do it. Don't give up because one day it will click and they will turn it on. And this is the perfect time for me to reach out again to say, now do you know why you need that website turned on? You're missing out on an opportunity order if you don't have your website turned on. Okay, so consultant, $134, 50% off is $67. And
what page again? You're going to have to help me.
Okay, I'm sorry, what?
What page?
You're still
This
right
is
there.
Okay. Stay here. We're still talking about this. I want to remind you, Jaffa Beauty Insiders on April 6th on Facebook did a detailed training of all of these products step-by-step using. What I am doing in suggestive selling and upsell is to add an eye cream. The eye cream is $41. If someone buys this set, I'm going to offer the eye cream at 50% off. I'm also going to offer the volcanic mask. If someone is not exfoliating their skin 2 to 3 times a week, as suggested by Jaffa, these products are not going to work in their best results. Skin must be exfoliated so products can penetrate through. There is also the gentle exfoliating scrub and the Malibu Miracle Mask too, but the volcanic micro mask is truly the absolute elite to work with this set. Okay, so let's see, I put, don't forget, this is just a reminder, Thursday is April 15th. Put it on your calendar, order your May catalog. They ran out of April catalogs early. You need to get your order in for May catalogs, and we have more deals to offer you next week and the following, but on Saturday, May 1st is when we're going to start the May best deals. Have a great week.
Thank you, Bronwyn. Okay, Deni, you're on. I almost forgot you today. So
Oh my gosh.
I know, I almost forgot you, and you're just one of my favorites. So would you please take it away?
Oh, that's fine, Vickie. Just wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about, especially what BJ was sharing, the benefits of a mentor. And it's made a world of difference in my business. Those of you that have been on here before know that Lori Alley has become a true friend and mentor for me. And I am very fortunate that she has taken this old dog. I've been in jail for 40 years too, BJ. And you and I remember sitting in a living room and having that one-on-one contact and being able to share. Well, that's not where we are now. And learning Zoom, learning Facebook Lives. I've been doing Fabulous Fridays on Facebook since the beginning of the year, and completely out of my comfort zone, completely. I can sit here and talk to y'all like this, no problem, doesn't scare me a bit. When I go to do Fabulous Fridays, my stomach is in knots like this. I am absolutely terrified. And the main reason is because I'm a perfectionist. And the minute I go back and look at it, I go, oh my gosh, look at that, look at that. So note to self, don't watch it. And, but it's important to do it. Step out, do a Facebook Live, gather some friends together and do a Zoom meeting, do a mini class, but take advantage of the training that is out there. BJ, you offered that there are some free resources on your website. Fabulous. Take advantage of them. Lori Alley offers her 5 at 5 on Friday, 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how many questions are asked, of free training. That's free on your website, free on how to manage your website, how to do your Facebook business pages, your groups, all of it free. Ladies, those one-on-one times, BJ, you can tell, I mean, they're $40 to $50 an hour. And but you're getting it for free. And I am really blessed that I'll, give props to Anna Jean Gregorio. She had a beautiful business card. And I asked her where she got it. And she said, well, Lori Alley did it. And that's where it started. And I was able to take a 8-week course. I am currently enrolled in her Ask Lori Tips Academy Pro, which is a 90-day course. It's a boot camp for social media. It's out there. There's great training out there. And I am so grateful to be able to come on here, listen to Bronwyn talk about best deals. I mean, I look in the brochure. I know there's good stuff in there, but to hear her break it down, take advantage, because I am really learning. I learn constantly. And I'm learning from what BJ, I've got roadblocks. I'm nervous. I don't like rejection. Who does? But this is new and we need to take advantage of it. Vickie, you give us a tremendous platform to be able to come on and share. You have your chats, you have your meetups. Ladies, I can't tell you enough. Make the time, schedule the time, put it on your calendar. Don't say, well, gosh, maybe I'll do it today. No, make it a priority. Make it a scheduled meeting, just like you would your doctor's appointment, your nail appointment, your hair appointment. Schedule your training. Schedule your training with your teams, with your friends, whatever you're going to do to boost your business this week. That you're right, the 15th is coming up, Brown, when we need to circle that date. And I always circle that date as I'm halfway through the month. Where am I in my VIP? How far am I into getting and earning and maintaining VIP? Because you only got 30 days to place those orders. And if you're going to be out of town for a week or something, you don't want to be having to stress on it. So plan ahead. And, you know, we did the color coding. I'll be happy to come on some other time, Vickie, and share that again about how I lose my mind color coding. My poor husband. Pray for him. Bless his heart. He goes, oh, look at all the colors. Great. Which color am I? And, you know, just so, but that way you can make it a priority. Make your time, make your business a priority. If you're gonna, you know, earn money at this, and this is Deni talking to Deni, make it a priority. Thanks, Vickie. That's all.
Hey, thank you so much. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm still going to get this in here. Hold on. I've got it right here. I've still got the catalog up, but I want to put this up. Okay, right here. Just to make sure I remind all of you, I love this handout. Okay, I love this handout. Okay, Deland, are you available? I don't know who wants to talk about this besides me. Anyways, anybody want? Deni, why don't you jump back in? Can you talk about this?
Sure, absolutely. You know, this is something, and again, this is something I'm very passionate about when I'm talking to people, because they need to know that they're making money. And if you look at a retail order at 30%, you're paying $17.50. Well, let's get the calculator and start doing the math. Okay, you sold $25. And so if you take 25 and you subtract 17.5 and you subtract, let's just say you placed your order on the web, you were smart, you subtract $6. Well, that's $1.50, and that doesn't have shipping on it. You're in the hole. You're not making money. So we need to encourage them to make even if they have to bundle orders together, don't put in an individual order for Susie and get that order down to 50% so that, you know, you're at the halfway mark. And the thing about that, once you hit that, and again, this is Deni talking to Deni. Once you hit that, you're golden for the rest of the month. If you have an order that's like, she says, oh my gosh, can I get it right away? Okay, so you ordered a lipstick, but it kills you in shipping, but it's still at 50%. You're not, $1.50 and you haven't, and your shipping's $10, you're in the whole $8.50. I know Bronwyn's mind's going like this too.
I know Bronwyn, I should have had, you could jump in too if you want to.
You know, but
Deni, look at that. Look at that right there, $3.70. Listen, you guys.
Oh, that is shipping and handling. I'm sorry, Bronwyn, you caught it and I didn't. That I was thinking about the web order. That is shipping and handling. But I think shipping and handling is more than that now, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. But still, okay, $1.50. $1.50 profit on a $25 order? No. Just say no.
But let me just tell you, I want to speak to all of you that are on right now. I think we have 24 people that have joined us today. So, and then there's so many that join us on the recording. But I just want you to know that in my team, on my personal branch, this month, I counted like at least 15 people that placed an order for like $275. Do you realize it cost them $192.50 to place an order for $275 when they could have upped it for what, another $25 and jumped up and paid only $8 more? Ladies, pay attention to it. It just really breaks my heart when I see all of you that don't pay attention and you end up placing the order, like I say, for $192 or $140 or $157, and you're only getting 30% when you could get 50% by just spending maybe $50 more. Yes.
Yeah, Vickie, one other thing that make sure that your consultants know, because I know sometimes I get calls, or we've all talked about it. If they have a client go through their website and place an order on the 1st, and if that order is for $50, that order is going to show at 30% commission.
Yeah.
Because until your accumulated total hits 400. But Jafra will adjust it. If it's on your invoice that you place the order, you will see additional commission with, subtracted. If it is something where you're just getting all, all online orders that month, you didn't place one, trust me, when they download or mail you your check or however you're getting your commission, you will see the extra. They will catch it up. So, I know a lot of people are saying, well, wait a minute, I only got 30% on that order. I'm a 50% consultant. Go back and look at your last invoice, because chances are they caught it up, or just wait, it'll show up when they do your drop for your commission. But it's important that people realize that first order, if someone places it on the first, it's going to be at 30% unless they place a $400 order.
Right. It is so important. Okay, I wanted to share this handout with you too. I know we went over a little bit on our meeting today, but it's spring, so anything can happen. All right, I just want you to read this, okay? This is an American Express survey, okay, for October 2020. What are they looking for? 1,000 small and mid-sized businesses and 1,000 consumers. What are people looking, this is who was interviewed. What are people looking for now after the world has shut down? Words of attraction to use, okay? Financial stability. Number one, people are looking for financial stability, and people are looking for multiple sources of income. That means they come into Jafra as a source of income. And if you want to add another source of income by joining another direct sales company that's not in conflict with Jafra, go for it. Okay, multiple sources of income is what is going to make you money. Financial stability is what everybody is looking for. 89% of the people interviewed. Be your own boss. That was number two. Be your own boss. Be in charge. Not have somebody tell you what you had to do. That's why I left the business world when I did, is I didn't like people telling me what to do. I want to be my own boss. All right, turn passion into a business. Make sure you love what you're doing. I love it. I look at Ashley and she loves her life and she loves what they're doing. I look at BJ, she loves her life. BJ has multiple sources of business. So just remember, Jafra is a source of income for you. If you need more money, you're not making as much as you should for Jafra, they're going to tell you go out and sell more. I'm going to tell you, add another business to it. Multiple sources of income. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now here you go. Number 4, they want to be able to create jobs for others. 85% of people wanted to be helping other people get an income. Do we do that when we bring somebody into Jafra? We're showing them another source of income. How fulfilling is that? Okay, and then of course, I know all of you love this one. Flexibility to set your own hours. Set your own hours, 85%. And how's this? 82% wanted to be prepared, be better prepared for a future crisis, not the next, for a future if one should come along. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to talk to all of you for a minute. Okay, this business thrives when you build a team. Okay, you've heard the bank analogy. That's my analogy that I love. As long as all of you are paying Jafra money every single month, paying them money, and I hope it's at 50% and not at 40 or 30, because we just told you why you up your orders. People spend more money on a 40% order than they would on the 50% order. It happens all the time because they're not paying attention. Okay, so you're sending money to Jafra. I want you to think about it. There's 2 banks in town. One pays 11% interest and one pays 0. Which bank are you going to be a smart person and put your money in? You're going to put your money in the one that pays you back 11%. Surely nobody's going to vote for the 0 interest. So I want you to think every time you send a check to Jafra, you're paying the bank. You're not getting that 11% return unless you step up to the leader position. Okay, so I want you to, this is the month to do it. This is the month to make it happen. Okay, so you need to tune in and make that a goal. Put that on your vision board. Put it in your office. Put it right there. make sure, step up to Jafra leadership, earn more income. The number one reason is that it's a better profit for you because you're paying the bank and you're getting zero interest. Okay, so now I think does anybody have anything they want? I just love today. It was really a good meeting. BJ was so good about personality types. I believe so much in learning about personality types. I think you know that I'm a driver. I'm probably the eagle, right? I'm sure I am. I'm an eagle. All right. Sometimes that gets me in trouble. Okay, now I just want to say to everybody, be safe, be good, and join us every Saturday. I'm going to remind you, if you're a Jafra leader, I have a networking time. We're talking about Facebook Messenger on my leader networking, because that's the way to do your business. We're going to show you how to hook up to Facebook Messenger. If you already don't know how, if you know how to do Facebook Messenger, wahoo, you're way ahead of the game. Learn how to find leads, learn how to share Jafra. And Facebook Messenger, we vote as the #1 place to do your business. Okay, and if you want to know more about it, join me I do Wednesdays at, I'm changing the time a little bit. Just look at my WhatsApp and I'll post about Wednesday and Thursday. I may do it earlier, like 1 o'clock. I don't want to step on Judith on Thursday because she has her Facebook, but I think I'm going to do it earlier in the day. I think it's easier for all of you. So I'm going to look at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And of course, in 2 weeks, I'll be on Mountain Time again. So if you want to stay and visit with us, we do a live chat. We just do chatting here. We talk about whatever. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody on Facebook. Thank you for being with us. I haven't been able to read the chat, but you could always hook with me on texting me. And I thank you again for being here. So I'm going to stop the live stream. I'm also going to say goodbye to everybody. See you next week, same time, same place, and stay on if you want to chat. I know I went over today, but it was fun. I had a few things I wanted to say.